Ever felt like life is just one long series of struggles, disappointments, and fleeting moments of happiness that vanish before you can even enjoy them? If so, congratulations. You've stumbled upon a truth that Arthur Schopenhauer dedicated his life to explaining. He believed that suffering isn't just an unfortunate part of existence, it is existence. Life, in his view, is like a fire we are all thrown into, constantly burning with desire, frustration, and pain. But here's where it gets interesting. Schopenhauer's entire philosophy revolved around one brutal idea. At the core of everything, human life, nature, even the universe itself, is blind, relentless striving. He called this force the will to live, an unconscious, ceaseless drive that compels all living beings to chase after survival, reproduction, and endless desires. Think about hunger. The moment you feel it, you're restless, irritable, even desperate. You eat, and for a brief moment you feel satisfied. But then, hours later, hunger returns. The cycle never ends, and it's not just food, it's everything. We chase money, love, status, success, and even when we get them, the satisfaction fades and we crave something else. Schopenhauer saw this as proof that life isn't designed for happiness. It's designed for perpetual dissatisfaction. It's like running on a treadmill where the speed constantly increases, but the finish line never arrives. And if, by some miracle, you do reach a goal, you're hit with boredom, which Schopenhauer called the second great suffering of life. Yeah, Schopenhauer really nailed the paradox of human existence. We're stuck in this endless loop. Desire, suffering, satisfaction, boredom. Repeat. It's like a cruel game where the rules ensure we're never truly content. The crazy part? Even when we recognize this cycle, we still play the game. We chase, we achieve, we crave again. The only real way out, according to Schopenhauer, is to detach, to stop letting desire control us. But that's easier said than done. What's your take? Do you think escaping desire is possible, or are we wired to keep running on this treadmill forever? Schopenhauer put it simply, life swings like a pendulum, back and forth, between pain and boredom. Now, if life is fundamentally miserable, what do we do about it? Schopenhauer wasn't a nihilist. He didn't say we should give up entirely. Instead, he believed there were a few ways to lessen suffering, though none could remove it completely. He believed that engaging with great art, music, and literature could give us a temporary break from suffering. Why? Because art allows us to step outside of ourselves, to forget, even briefly, the endless cycle of desire and boredom. This explains why music can transport us, why a beautiful painting can mesmerize us, and why storytelling has been central to human culture for thousands of years. He also saw compassion as one of the only true virtues. Why? Because when we recognize that everyone is suffering just as we are, we develop empathy. Instead of seeing life as a competition, we see it as a shared struggle. This realization doesn't eliminate suffering, but it can make us kinder and less resentful. But his most extreme solution is to stop playing the game altogether. He believed that the highest wisdom was to reject the desires that enslave us. In this, he was influenced by Buddhism and Hinduism, which teach that detachment from worldly cravings leads to enlightenment. If desire is the root of suffering, then the only way to truly escape is to stop wanting. Easier said than done, right? So, was Schopenhauer just pessimistic? In my opinion, no, because he was just brutally honest. Unlike many philosophers who tried to explain away suffering with grand ideas about meaning and progress, he looked at life as it is. He didn't sugarcoat the struggle, but he also didn't leave us without hope. His philosophy isn't about wallowing in misery. It's about seeing life clearly and choosing how to respond. In the end, maybe Schopenhauer's greatest lesson is this: if life is suffering, then the best thing we can do is live in a way that minimizes unnecessary pain, seeks genuine moments of beauty, and treats others with compassion, because we're all stuck in the same storm.